Alright everyone, welcome back.
バカな押されているのかこの俺がこのような贋作に
The sounds of swords crashing echo through the area. He cannot handle my attacks and has to destroy my weapon with his. That would be the cause of his defeat. He is the greatest heroic spirit, as he has over 1,000 noble phantasms at his leisure. But he is only an owner. He does not have one weapon, so he is not a wielder who can use his weapon to its maximum potential. Even in this world, I am no match against any other servants. I cannot match the ultimate one even with infinite swords. Gilgamesh must have the ability, but I do not. Therefore, this is the only servant I can match. As we have the same ability, as we are both owners, I am always one step ahead of him with my swords are there, ready to be used.
おのれおのれおのれおのれおのれおのれおのれおのれ貴様風情によもや俺の剣を使うことになろうとは
Gilgamesh raises his hand. The sword appearing behind him is the demonic sword, the only sword that does not exist in this world.
させるか
I swing my twin swords. The Concho and Bakuya reveal in and slice off Gilgamesh's arm that tries to reach for his sword. The weapons stop. His arm and sword fall to the ground, leaving him defenseless. My body acts before I can think. Confident in my victory, my limbs move to slash the king of heroes. He jumps back. Barely avoiding the twin swords, Gilgamesh retreats still further.
今はお前が強い
Gilgamesh admits his defeat and tries to retreat.
安かってんだ
I won't let him escape. I'll lose if he regains his composure. I have to settle the match right here.
この野郎ち
He must have realized he will not be able to escape as he pulls out a noble phantasm from behind him. But I'm faster. I'm surely.
何
Our voices overlap. The change happens in an instant. The light coming from the lake eliminates the Hill of Swords. A great magical energy has smashed away the already disappearing reality marble. That's fine. The match is settled. I can beat this servant by slashing him with my twin swords. But after the reality marble is blown away, a black void. A void big enough to swallow a human being. It appears before me, right on Gilgamesh.
なに
Gilgamesh looks down at his body in astonishment. His body is being swallowed. The golden servant is swallowed by the void, appearing on his body.
ま
Did he want to say wait? The void mercilessly swallows the servant. There was no way for him to escape. The void was open on his body. There is no way one can escape something that is on their body.
今のは一体
I stand there dumbfounded. The void in front of me is shrinking. I don't know what this is, but it seems Tosaka and Saber were able to destroy the Holy Grail. My only guess is that the after effect created the black void to eliminate Gilgamesh.
ともかくこれで
Everything is over. My twin swords disappear. The magical energy in me fades away.
やば
And at the same time, fatigue assails me.
くそまずいなこれじゃ歩けない
I want to go see how Tosaka's doing, but my body will not move. Well, I'm sure she'll be alright since Saber went to go save her.
そうだなこっちも少しは
I can rest a bit. And after I take a deep breath, A chain wraps around my arm. I gasp. The chain drags my body towards the void. I put power into my body, but I can't resist. My feet slide across the ground towards the void.
あの出来損ないめ、同じサーバントでは核にならんとさえわからぬか。お前。
He's appearing from the void, but his body is melted here and there. So that void must melt everything it swallows. I try to get the chain off of me, but it doesn't even budge. This chain even restrained Berserker. It's not something I can pry off. I'm being pulled towards it. I'll be swallowed like him if I go near that void.
くそ、道連れにするつもりか。たわけ、死ぬつもりなど毛頭ないわ。踏みとどまれゲロー。俺がその場に戻るまでな。こいつ。
He's arrogant even in this situation. But what can I do? I can't get this chain off of me. I'll be swallowed into that void along with him. Even if I hold my ground, he'll pull himself out. It means I'm gonna die either way. No way I can give up that easily. I'll at least take him with me. That's a tough one to tell you the truth. Alright, we'll go with... I can't give up so easily. I feel dizzy. I can't brace myself anymore. I'll die. I can't endure it at the very end. Should I loosen up since I can't brace myself? If I do so, I should be able to push him back into the void.
なめるな。こんなことで道連れになんてされてたまるか。
I gather my courage. Will my arm rip off first? Will his chain rip off first? Or will he come out first? I don't care either way. I'll fight to the very end and die gallantly.
お前の勝手だが、その前に右に置けろ。
Archer? I turn around instantly. I look back at the compound, which has turned into a flat field. At the same time, something passes by me.
貴様。あちゃ。
The chain is released. Looking like he saw something unexpected, Gilgamesh lets go of the chain. I fall on my butt. I sit there dumbfounded, and the void shrinks and disappears in front of me.
今のは。
I can't stand up and just look behind me to the flat field. Dawn is near. The one with the rising sun behind them is the knight in red.
あいつ。かっこつけやがって。
I complain without thinking, but I'm smiling happily for some reason.
まあ、言いたいことは。
I have nothing to say to him. I guess I'll stay quiet so I can sleep. A golden field that is now deserted. Seeing the knight standing there and Tosaka running to him, I lay on the ground. Tosaka should say everything I want to say to him. So I'll sleep for now. We'll end up fighting if we see each other again, and I'm not used to parting with myself. And for the final time, I engrave my ideal into my mind so that I won't forget it, and I close my eyes. The land below him is like a wasteland he once walked on. There's nothing here. There's nothing as everything was blown away from the mountaintop. The battle has ended. The battle for the Holy Grail has ended, and the current is about to fall on his battle as well. He does not know how long it was, but the accumulated wish that should have bound him forever is gone now. The end quickly permeates into him and takes away his body's form. He looks towards the voice. She should not have the energy to run, but she's running with ragged breathing. He watches it in silence. The girl that ran up to him looks up at the knight. The red cloak fluttering in the wind shows no trace of what it used to be. The cloak is cut everywhere, and his armor is cracked and torn. His existence is weak. Standing there haughtily, the knight begins to disappear from his feet up.
あっちゃ
The rising sun is in the distance. A golden light is emerging from the horizon.
残念だったな。そういうわけだ。今回の聖杯は諦めろ、リン。
He must not have anything special to say. The knight in red says trivial things. That gets to her all the more. The knight who is about to disappear is still acting like before. He is her partner that she spoke cynically with, ran through the battles with, and trusted her back to. She can declare that those days were fun. And it's still there before her eyes. He has remained in this world to save her at the last moment. He lost his master and received the King of Heroes' noble phantasms. His body was disappearing, but he did not come to her and ask for help, and he instead watched over this battle. And the end is in front of her.
あっちゃ
The girl cannot think of what to say. It is always like this for her at the most crucial times. She loses her cleverness when it counts the most. The knight smiles a bit. He knew that from the start. The clumsiness of the girl is a dear memory for the knight.
何よこんな時だってのに笑うことないじゃない
She looks up at the knight.
いや、失礼。君の姿があんまりにもあれなものでね。お互い、よくもここまでボロボロになったと呆れたのだ。
He smiles while he talks. She gets a lump in her throat after seeing his regret-free face. The instant she wonders if she should really disappear.
あっちゃもう一度私と契約して
She says something she shouldn't.
それはできない。リンがセイバーと契約を続けるのかは知らないが、私にその権利はないだろう。それに、もう目的がない。私の戦いはここで終わりだ。
His reply is free of doubt, and his will is strong. His face is as bright as the rising sun. And how can she force him when he's making a face like that?
けどそれじゃあんたはいつまでたっても
Won't be saved. The girl swallows her words and hangs her head. That is not something the girl should say. And it's not something that is solved by keeping the knight in this world.
参ったな。この世に未練はないが。
It's troubling to have her cry. For him, the girl always has to be positive, indulgent, realist. He was always encouraged by her figure. So he wants her to stay that way until the very end.
リン。
The girl looks up at the voice. Her face looks cute, trying to hold back the tears. Rather than expressing the attachment he feels, he looks at the boy lying in the distance.
私を頼む。知っての通り、頼りないやつだからな。君が支えてやってくれ。
The knight says so as if it's somebody else's business. Those are words of parting. The future might change. If a girl like her stays with Emiya Shiro, the hero Emiya should not be born. His words contain such hope.
あっちゃ
But even if it ends up that way, the already existing knight will forever be a guardian. The boy and the man are two different existences. They only have the same starting point, and he's an ideal that the boy dreamed of. Therefore, there is no salvation available for this knight. There's nothing to give to him as he has already died and become a phenomenon. She nods in spite of that. She cannot give him anything, so she will give him her best smile. He asked her to take care of him. She smiles so that she can answer the trust he put in her.
分かってる私頑張るからあんたみたいにひねくれたやつにならないよう頑張るからきっとあいつが自分を好きになれるように頑張るからだからあんたも
Forgive yourself. She does not put it into words. She looks up at the disappearing night with a flood of emotions. How much salvation did it bring? After engraving the girl's smile into his memory with pride.
答えは得た。大丈夫だよ、遠坂。俺もこれから頑張っていくから。
Man, it's so crazy to think that this whole time, to all the people that first played this game, this dude is Shiro. But it's an amazing ending nonetheless. A breeze. The knight has finally rested his wounded body without waiting for the girl's reply.
なんだ、結局文句言い損ねちゃったじゃない。
She wipes away her tears and talks to the one who's not there. Her voice is clear and the girl is standing firm again. It is only natural. She does not have the time to be depressed after he made a face like that. She says goodbye to the ground that the knight was standing on and runs to the boy laying on the ground. Within the golden sunrise, the smile he had was like that of a boy. Epilogue. The morning is near. Although only half conscious, I sense that the night has ended. The only thing remaining is the pleasant listlessness. My hands are so tired that they can't hold another sword, and there's no magical energy remaining in my body. In a word, Miyashiro has burned out. But it's not a regretful end. I have a feeling of accomplishment as I have done everything I can. I'm only burned out for now. My body's rested and it's getting ready to welcome another morning. My mind starts to clear up. I should wake up in a moment. But right before that, I recall him. His fluttering cloak is no more. The man left, along with his ever-burning sky. He did not turn back, nor did he feel the need to explain himself. He left me his own figure that did not regret what he did. I look at his path. One end. I reach out to the man that went after the same ideal. As I have beat him, I will not run away. I grasp the air in my empty hand so as to tell him that I will eventually reach him. I wake up to the morning sunlight. My body feels heavy and it's covered in wounds.
あれ、ここ俺の部屋だ。
I look around the room absentmindedly and look at the clock. It's 10 o'clock in the morning and today is February 16th.
丸一日経ってるじゃないか。
I'm surprised, but my mind is calm. After the fight at the Ryodo Temple, I must have been carried here after I passed out and then slept for a whole day.
にしては静かだな。遠坂はもう帰ったよな。おい、セイバー、起きて。
I stop before I finish. There's no way she's awake. First of all, she wouldn't be here. The Holy Grail doesn't exist anymore. The thing that can keep servants in this world is now gone. Therefore, the golden-haired girl does not exist in this world anymore.
そうだった。
I cover my face in my hands and look up at the ceiling. The room is dead silent. The winter morning is cold and the air tightens my lungs. The time seemed both long and short. I recall what happened in the last 2 weeks.
伝えたいことはその後で。
That was the last I saw of her. She turned her back. We knew that we would not meet again, touch each other again, or return with the three of us. But we did not exchange words of parting.
腹減ったな。
I get up. My body hurts as I move, telling me the fight wasn't just a dream.
寒い。
The hallway is freezing. I quickly make my way to the living room.
さてと。
I put my apron on after getting to the kitchen. I put the pan over the fire, cut 2 pieces of bread, and take out some eggs.
よっと。
I toast the bread as I crack open the eggs. I hear the good sound of popping oil as I take out some plates and I make myself 2 sunny side up eggs.
よし、会心の出来。
I put the eggs onto a plate and put the toast into the basket. I turn back to the living room and the fact that there's no one there hits me. I take a long breath. The girl that waited for breakfast every morning isn't here anymore. The fact finally hits me. The battle has ended. The battle for the Holy Grail has ended. How stupid of me to realize that by seeing a morning without her.
分量間違えちまった。
I put the frying pan down. My appetite is gone, and even though I was hungry, I take my apron off and go past the living room. It's nice outside. I leave my breakfast on the table and go check out the dojo. I enter the empty dojo. The faint sunlight gleams off the wooden floor. There, a person I cannot mistake for anyone else is sitting there Japanese style.
は？
I'm speechless. Did I walk back in time or something?
シロ、目を覚ましたのですか？もう大事はないようですね。傷そのものは浅いものでしたから、そろそろ目が覚める頃だと思っていました。シロ、どうしたのです？先ほどから口を開けて。まさかどこか私たちにはわからない傷を負っているのですか？
いや、そういったわけじゃないけど。
My confusion is great and it's taking a long time for me to recover.
セイバー。
はい。何でしょう、シロ。
そのセイバーだよな。セイバー。
見ての通りですが、それとも私がアーチャーやランサーに見えるのですか、あなたは。
まさか見えない。全然全く見えない。
I shake my head.
ええ、当然です。シロも傷だらけですが、今まで通りのシロです。
That finally calms me down. Well, it's more like my mind shorted out.
セイバー。本当にセイバーなんだな。
ですからそうだと言っているでしょう。もしや目の調子がおかしいのですか、シロ。
Saber reaches out for me. She feels my eyelids, and it seems she really does have form. Her white fingers gently touch my eyelids and let go. There's no doubt about it. Saber is Saber. She's still here even though the Holy Grail is gone. I sigh. I let out the air in my chest and...
おはよう、セイバー。また会えてよかった。
I tell her the first thing that pops into my head.
おはよう、シロ。私もこうしてシロと挨拶ができて嬉しい。
She smiles. She shows no worry that she might disappear anytime soon.
なあ、けどセイバー。どうやってここに残っているんだ？その聖杯はもうないんだろう？なら
I stop before I tell her that servants can't exist in this world without the Holy Grail.
セイバー？
シロ、その件でしたらリンに聞いてください。先ほどから今か今かとあなたが気づくのを待っているのですから。
え？
Hearing this, I turn around.
あーなんて随分な反応ね。セイバーにはアイス振りまいといて、私にはあーなんだ。
Oh my god.
遠坂、お前いたのか？
いたわよ。あれからこっちあんたが目を覚まさないからずっと陣取ってたわよ。
She glares at me.
陣取ってたってうちにか？
そうよ。傷の手当てもあったし、藤村先生とさくらを言い含めないといけないじゃない。シロを一人放っておいて帰れるわけないでしょ。
ああ、そうか。そうだよな。悪い遠坂。また迷惑かけちまった。
いいわよ、お礼なんて。 迷惑なんかじゃないし、一番の大金星はシローなんだし、いいから報酬として受け取っときなさい。今日ぐらいは多めに見てあげるから。
She says so while she looks away. Tosaka acts so much like herself that it relieves me. Just as Saber and I are safe, Tosaka also survived the battle.
そうか、ご苦労様、トサカ。いろいろあったけど、こうして戻ってきたな、俺たち。
I put my hand out to show my thanks.
まあそうね、一人も欠けてないし、文句なしに完全勝利だし、おめでとうっていうのがふさわしい締め言葉よね。
She shakes my hand with a smile. It's troubling because her hand is soft and reminds me of that night. I blush, but we feel each other's existence in our hands.
で、それはいいんだけど、トサカ、お前セイバーをどうしたんだよ。
どうしたって、どうもしてないけど。単に契約を続行して私の使い魔をやってもらってるんじゃない。セイバーは最強の使い魔なんだから、そう簡単に手放すわけないでしょ。
Tosaka replies as if it's natural, but it's not that simple.
お前な、セイバーは聖杯と引き換えにサーバントになったんだぞ。その報酬がなくなったんだから、もう自由になっていいはずだ。
だってさ、セイバー、シローはセイバーにさっさと帰れって言ってるけど。
違う、そんなわけないだろう。俺が言いたいのは、セイバーを使い魔にしておくなんてもう意味がないって。
あるわよ。聖杯がないんだから、セイバーは魔術師と契約してないとこの世にとどまれない。そのためには使い魔になってもらうのが一番の方法でしょ。だいたい私だって魔力の大部分をセイバーに分けるんだから、その分の働きはしてもらわないと。魔術の基本は等価交換なんだから。それとも何？シローはセイバーが残ってくれて嬉しくないのかな？
そんなの嬉しいに決まってるけど、セイバーがサーバントのままなんていうのはおかしいだろう。それに聖杯がないのにセイバーをとどめておくなんてできるのか？
Right, that's the biggest problem. It's beyond human capabilities to make a heroic spirit into a familiar. Even if Tosaka is superior magus, it should be impossible for her to keep Saber in this world. So there's only one way. A familiar that cannot live off of the contractor's magical energy needs to replenish her powers from elsewhere. Like taking souls from people in town, just like what Ryder did.
あのね、そんな暗い顔で何考えてるか知らないけど、話は最後まで聞きなさい。いい？確かに私一人でセイバーを維持するのは難しいわ。けどこっちにはもう一人魔術師がいるじゃない。二人で協力すればなんとかセイバーをつなぎ止めることができるはずよ。
二人ってもしかして俺のことか？
当たり前でしょ。あなた以外誰がいるっていうのよ。
いや、頼りにされるのは嬉しいんだが、協力しろって言われても困る。使い魔との契約なんて知らないし、そんな器用なことできないぞ、俺。
もちろんそんなのは承知の上よ。セイバーへの魔力提供は私一人でやるから、シローは私のフォローをしてくれればいいの。セイバーほどじゃないけど、私も何かと不自由になっちゃうから。
I don't know what she's angry about, but Tosaka explains while looking away. Let's put that aside for now.
フォローってどんな？
I address the biggest question I have.
そりゃいろいろよ。いちいち口にすることでもないでしょ。
悪いがトサカ、いろいろじゃわからない。めんどくさがらずちゃんと説明してくれ。
だからいろいろはいろいろなの。もうそれぐらい察しろバカ。
Damn, my ears are ringing. What's up with Tosaka yelling like that all of a sudden?
とにかく私の使い魔としてならセイバーは限界させられるってことよ。 エミヤ君はセイバーがいてくれた方がいいんでしょ。ならそれで文句はないじゃない。
Well, it is good if Saber can stay, but that's only the case if Saber consents. It's wrong to keep her in this world if Saber doesn't want to stay here.
シロ、私が残ることに何か反対があるのですか？
Saber must have sensed my concern. I have no objections. I don't want to object, but this is something I have to ask.
セイバー、もうこの町に聖杯はない。ここにいてもお前の望みが叶うことはないんだ。セイバーはそれでいいのか？
はい。私は私の意志でこの時代にとどまります。私は最後まであなたを見届けたい。彼は私が間違えていると言った。その答えをいつかあなたが私に教えてください。
Her voice is gentle, yet it contains a strong will. It's just like that night. It is the pure voice that told me of our contract on our first night together.
セイバー。
はい。あなたには迷惑でしょうが、どうか許してほしい。その代償として、私は変わらずあなたの力になりましょう。
Uh-oh. I stare back at her. I don't know if I'll be able to meet her expectations. But I'm sure I won't stray from my path if she watches over me.
はいはい、そこまで。見つめ合うのは結構だけど、いつまでもそんなんじゃ話が進まないでしょ。
遠坂、なんだよいきなり大声出しやがって。びっくりしたじゃないか。
そっちがいつまでものろけてるからでしょ。いい？話を戻すわよ。セイバーは私と契約して、シローは私に協力する。事後承諾になるけど、今後の体制はそういうことで構わないわね。
ああ、セイバーが承諾してるなら文句はない。けど遠坂に協力するって結局何なんだ？さっきの話じゃ全然わからないし、いまいち不安で納得できないんだが。
I asked Saber for consent.
そうですね。シローの立場からすれば、内容のわからない約束は不安でしょう。リン、いろいろフォローするとはどういうことなのですか？
Saber asks her, and Tosaka retreats. Good, good. Even Tosaka should give up if a third party gives an unbiased opinion.
ほら、セイバーもこう言ってるし、具体的な内容だな。
This has to be my chance, but...
もうごちゃごちゃ言わない。セイバーは私のだし、シロだってもう私のなんだから、口答えは禁止。使い魔同士黙ってマスターの言うこと聞くのが筋ってもんでしょ。
Tosaka has apparently established a dictatorship.
ちょっと待て、俺遠坂のものじゃないぞ。
何よ、シロ、私と契約したじゃない。私から魔力を引っ張った時点で使い魔みたいなもんなんだから、これぐらい無茶言ってもいいんだから。
She's pressuring me. I recall what happened that night and freeze up. And I can't tell that. And I can tell that.
うわぁ、私とんでもない無茶を言ってる。
Tosaka clearly regrets saying that. And I kind of feel sorry for her.
そりゃあ遠坂の魔力を借りてなんとかなったし、遠坂と契約したのは事実だから、そういう見方もあると思うけど。
あると思うじゃなくて事実そうなの。とにかく話はそういうことよ。私たちの協力関係はまだ続行中なの。ついでに言っとくと、協力者が未熟なままっていうのもあれだから、シローには少しでも早く一人前になってもらうわ。魔術は私が教えて、戦闘技術はセイバーが鍛えるからね。今日からビシバシ行くから覚悟なさい。
I'm surprised at the sudden proposal. It's really great, but that means...
遠坂、 俺の魔術の師匠になってくれるのか？
仕方ないでしょ、他に適任者がいないんだから。それにシロは私のなんだから、他のやつになんて任せられないわ。
That's unfair. It's really embarrassing if she says something like that with a red face. We're both blushing and we keep standing there not knowing what to say. I need more training. I can't speak because I'm so conscious of her. And right before Tosaka goes on a rampage due to too much pressure.
リン、話がまとまったところでそろそろ朝食にしませんか？
Saber offers timely help.
そうね、いい加減お腹減ったし、シロも朝まだでしょ。
Tosaka's acting awkward.
ああ、起きてすぐに飯の準備をしたけど、食わずにこっちに来たからまだ食べてない。
I answer awkwardly as well.
何？じゃあご飯作ってあるの？
作ってある。トースト2人分。
本当？なんだ、気が利くじゃないシロ。善は急げ。早速今に行きましょう、セイバー。
Where'd the previous awkwardness go? Tosaka pulls Saber with her and leaves the dojo. I watch them go in blank amazement.
こーら、何のんびりしてるのよシロ。3人揃わないとお茶できないでしょ。
She calls back to me while pulling Saber forward with her. Tosaka's waving to me from the yard.
参った。本当に待ったなしだな、あいつ。
She's been taking the initiative so many times, and I'm sure that's the way it's gonna be in the future. This is just an everyday thing if I'm to be with her. You cannot be with Tosaka unless you're really prepared. But to put it her way, it can't be helped. She was able to make it this far because she's like that, and that's exactly the girl I fell in love with.
ほら、早く早く。急がないと先に食べちゃうからね。
Even though she says this, she's standing there and waiting for me. She's always complaining and cold-hearted, but she's really good-natured deep down.
ああ、今行く。ちょっと待ってろ。
I leave the dojo and follow them. Tosaka's there and Saber's there. Tosaka's not someone to stay put, and Saber has a competitive spirit, so I'm sure they will go everywhere. I'm sure these frantic days will continue as long as we're together. There was a determined future, and there is a future I'm walking towards. Even if I am to someday reach the place he stood, I'm sure a different future awaits if brilliant days like this lie ahead of me. The sun has risen already. Even if I'm not able to change it by myself, I'm sure the two of us can change it a bit. We have just started walking down my path. I'll do my best and walk on alongside that reliable partner of mine. Alright guys, that is the end of the second route of Unlimited Blade Works. However, let me just say that this is the first time I actually achieved this particular ending, because this isn't inherently the true end to Unlimited Blade Works. This is just I guess you can call it a good end. I don't think it's necessarily the canonical end to this route, but in the next one, I will be getting that one, and then we'll follow it up with the final route, Heaven's Feel. So thank you again for watching, guys. This was a fun ride, and we still have more to go. So I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you again.